I just feel like emotional intelligence is just a name. Is this is what they do in the 2020s? They take something that's been going on for a very very long time, and they give it a name. They give it a buzzword, and then it becomes popular because of
You
social
said two
media and
things.
things
The
like that.
difference between a name and a buzzword. A name is just something just to categorize it. A buzzword is to kind of popularize it and make it like people
I
kind of
think it could be I think it could be both.
okay.
They give it a name, and then they make it. It becomes on social media. Then it becomes the. I don't know if they send people out there to promote the word and just promote the whatever like the behavior or whatever to make it popular.
Yeah.
Like, all right, this is the buzzword. This is what we're talking about because it normally it'll trend on social media and things like that, right? And
But once something is like learned and people are bringing it to the masses, like I felt like the word accountability was something like that too. That was kind of brought to the masses and became popular on social media. But it's a good word. Like it's a health like it's healthy to learn in the group, right? Like isn't it cool? Like
yeah,
everybody's learning
but
together. Like,
but
you know,
we act as if like people like accountability wasn't something that people possibly struggled with forever. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah,
There are probably people from 100 years ago that just weren't accountable. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So it's not like
But we used to always be like, he can never say when he wrong. But now you got a word for it.
yeah, the word accountability was there before, but
Right.
people just didn't. They made it into like it was the buzzword for the
Yeah.
time.
Right.
You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And now, emotional intelligence, it was a phrase. I think it was a phrase that was not out there, and um, I think it's mainly used for men, right? And it's basic. I feel like we live in a society where it's a much more fluid society, and you have men, you have women, you have gay men, you have gay women, you have bisexual, all different types of people, alternatives. You know what I mean? And it's like at this point, you kind of even as as a man, a straight man, you kind of gotta be a little more fluid, right? And not saying sexually or anything like that. I mean, like as far as you can't just be a stoic, regular, masculine idea of what a man used to be. Because in the 2020s, the idea of what a man should be, right, is one that has the attributes as far as like looks and success and things like that, but also let's add another layer onto it that can get in touch with his emotions and can express his emotions and he can understand other people and things like that, right? And I think a lot of these things that come about, they're ideas and they're great, right? It's like creating the best character in the world, right? You creating a superhero for a movie, for a Marvel movie, right? The guy, he fights crime, he's a billionaire, um, he's good looking, and he's emotionally intelligent. Like he has everything going for himself, right? And back in the day, as a man, as long as you kind of took care of your family, you provided for them, you protected them, that was good enough as a man. Now, that's just not enough these days. So, and I feel like men back then were a lot more like homophobic and they didn't agree with certain other lifestyles and the way the world was. And now it's like we men put their stamp on the world and they made how the world was, and now they're getting a lot of pushback, and if they are that way, they look crazy.
Sorry, I asked you. I'm so you're saying being emotionally intelligent is being a little gay?
I think the idea of a
Yeah.
man being in touch with his feelings and stuff
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that comes from that, because realistically women don't want that, bro.
No, you could be in touch with your feelings and not project them. Like Stoicism is a tenet of emotional intelligence. Like knowing when to be strong for your family
Okay.
and be stoic is a tenet. Knowing when to speak up and ask what's wrong and just listening is a tenet. Knowing when to hold yourself accountable, knowing when to stand in front of your family and be like, I messed up, or you took the wrong way to the supermarket or whatever. Like your wife told you to go one way, you went the other way, and y'all got lost or whatever. And just sitting in the car and be like, yo, you know what? My bad. I messed up. That's emotional intelligence. It's not. It really doesn't have to be with
That's emotional intelligence.
Yeah,
that's just being accountable.
That's a tenet of emotional intelligence. Being accountable is being emotional intelligence is having an EQ as opposed to having an IQ. An IQ measures.
This guy doing his research on it.
I'm just saying, we potted, right? If we
all
potted,
on the internet.
You damn
all
right.
on the internet. None of this shit none of this shit is in books yet. It's all on the internet.
Like we live it. We live it, bro. Like, yo, all right, let me just give you an anecdote, right? When your daughter is of age, right, and she goes on a date with a man and he picks her up and they go on a car ride and they come home and you asked her how it went, and you were like, and she's like, yo, he had like a lot of road rage, like he yelled at a lot of people on the road. Would that be like a red flag?
Yes,
because he has low emotional intelligence, right? That's a barometer. That's a red flag because his emotional intelligence is wrong. He's easily triggered, right? So you could just by that little snapshot of his personality, you can kind of gain a bigger picture of somebody, So if somebody can't really see the error of their ways, if someone can't apologize, if someone can't do certain things, if someone can't open up at all about any of their emotions,
I think a lot of this stuff can be described in different ways. But I think
if
emotional intelligence kind of they found the word to kind of try to encompass everything.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
But if from the example that you gave, road rage and somebody that just has a bad disposition or is just angry.
Yeah.
They're just angry. They're an angry person. You know what I mean? Like,
well, if you're easily triggered by nominal tasks.
Well, the thing is, if we're saying emotional intelligence is somebody that are you not emotionally intelligent if you wear your feelings on your sleeve?
Yeah, you are not emotionally intelligent if you wear your feelings on your sleeve.
I thought you're supposed to be expressive.
You're not supposed to be expressive. You're supposed to be.
You're not supposed to be expressive with emotional intelligence.
No, you're not supposed to be overly expressive. You can express it in a certain manner at a certain time, but you're not supposed to go like there's this whole thing that like you said it, like it's mainly judged on men. Women are held to the same standard because when women go, there's this whole thing that when we go to like a restaurant, right, and we don't get our order right, we'll just sit with it, right? Isn't it like a whole thing that our wives will kind of speak up for us and tell the waiter that we don't like a certain thing and to bring it back? We'll just kind of deal with it. Like it's the me thing, or that's like every guy.
No, I think a lot of dudes.
That's across the board, right? That's us not wanting to make a scene in a public place or in a restaurant or to seem too problematic,
Okay.
And that's part of emotional intelligence.